Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague, with me like always is Noah Bailey. So today, Sony has reconfirmed that the Morbius movie does in fact still exist. It still stars Jared Leto. It still looks like that. and by giving us a new trailer, what are your thoughts?
It's a movie. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, I guess, because Jared Leto looks like he's having fun, which that's something. But
Yes, he definitely. I feel like this role fits him a lot better than Joker. just I just believed him more in like what he was giving me in this trailer than something like a Joker. So there's that at least.
yeah, and I feel like he really wanted this to he's definitely taking the character and making his own, which again, when you have a character that's very lesser known, you're free to usually do that without people being like, hey man, that's not comic accurate in Spider-Man number do Morbius. Like nobody, most people probably don't even know who Morbius is.
I didn't know he existed until they announced they're making a movie.
Yeah, no, literally, if it's not for the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, I'd have no idea who that is. So that's my entire knowledge of the character. So he's not, so if he's not based on that, I'm not, I'm not losing sleep. But yeah, but I mean, yeah, he looks like he's having his own time. This movie seems like I'm calling it now. This movie's gonna be half an hour too long just because of how the trailer looks. Because it looks
even
like
even if it's an hour and a half, it's half an hour too long.
Loki, because it looks like it's going to be trying to do the thing where we show he's a good guy, but slowly his descent, he becomes and even the trailer's kind of like he's like drawing the line between hero and he literally just slit a guy's throat. I don't think the line between hero and villain, not that killing people is the only villain thing, but you know what I mean? That I don't. We're trying to do the whole. Oh, but he's sometimes the good guy. It's like, if he's the good guy, who's the bad guy?
Especially since Venom already kind of did this story.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't think that movie did it very well, but it still kind of did that good guy in bad circumstances kind of has to do bad things kind of, but even but it should have went harder in on that even, but it just kind of did whatever. like especially since we've already seen it in a different Sony origin movie before, I'm totally gonna be over it before he even becomes Morbius.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like it's trying to be the exact same movie but a different character and kind of a different vibe. Again, more more spooky than just kind of crazy, but still kind of the same kind of general synopsis and plot, and he's got the random love interest that no one's gonna remember their name, and then I don't know, you seem so different lately. I'm fine. What do you mean? And also eats someone's face. You know what I mean? Yeah, and again, I think it looks kind of the teeth look pretty oh, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's that's something. That effect looks cool, but some of the other effects look kind of.
Him flying looks so goofy.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was some of the other effects aren't it's funny because it looks like how I would imagine. Hey, let's CG.
Just a sticker, just
it looks like one of the the shooting star memes where they would just have people flying in random back. It kind of looks like that, but slightly better edited. And it's wow. Oh man, this is this is their selling point, isn't it? Oh boy, this is oof. Okay, it's gonna be one of those. That's gonna hurt to look at in theaters. I'm very. That's gonna be rough.
Maybe I'll give the trailer the benefit of the doubt for right now. Until I actually see a trailer in theaters, I'll give it this. Like I said before, the trailers for Black Widow kind of underwhelmed me. They just didn't feel very big. The effects didn't really look that great. It just didn't really grab me in a way I was hoping the movie would. but those same shots in motion in the actual movie, like on the big screen, like did give me the impact I was hoping for. Maybe if I watch this trailer in a theater or end up actually seeing the movie in a theater, it'll look better. But until then, it looks bad.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sold by any means, but then again, it was gonna be kind of hard to sell me, to be honest, though. So
Yeah, I just hope they go all in on him, like just being evil. Like I don't want them to do the Venom thing of like, oh, he's an anti-hero. Like he looks and kind of acts like this villain from the comics, but he kind of more so like becomes a protector of the city after fighting a bigger, grosser version of himself. Like that just
yeah,
doesn't. I don't think that works for a vampire guy. Like
no, at all. And that's kind of my thing. It's like, one, yeah, they did just do this with Venom, which didn't really work with Venom because it's this giant monster that eats people's faces, and you're like, oh, but he's the good guy. How? But like, also this one, it kind of feels even because like this movie gives you the vibe that the main villain is himself. So like, I don't know how
which
you can justify he's the hero when the conflict is internal.
I wanted that out of Venom. I wanted that out of Joker. I wanted that out of these villain origin movies. If Morbius is the villain origin movie that actually makes the villain the main character, please. It'd be weird for Morbius to do that, but like that's what I want out of these villain origin movies. But we'll see if they actually do that.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't think they're just gonna. I don't think they're gonna just say at the end he's just a villain. I feel like they're gonna try to make him morally gray, and then because everyone's an anti-hero now. So
would you say there is a 100% chance that the climax is him fighting a different, bigger vampire man?
yes. At this point, it's basically implied.
Like that kind of older guy who kind of talks to him throughout the trailer. That man's totally a vampire.
Oh, it's gonna. I mean, they're gonna do what's his name? What's his name from Iron Man 1? Obadiah. What is it?
Obadiah.
Yeah, it's Obadiah, right?
Yeah.
They're just gonna do that. Like, yeah, just I am you, but slightly older and worse. Fear me. Like,
Riot from Venom.
Yeah.
Black Panther, Ant-Man, like so many
abominations. Every movie ever.
Yeah.
Every movie, every hero. Yeah. I mean, you could even argue Winter Soldier if you think about it, but I mean, like that's different because it's like there's also like their connection as people, but it's the same kind of thing if you think about it. But I mean, that movie's great though. That's far from a problem.
Yeah.
In that context at least, but
yeah, so that movie is still apparently going to come out in January.
Yeah.
By the way, this movie is this trailer was structured. I have a feeling that something will happen in No Way Home that will directly tie into this movie's existence because they reconfirmed Homecoming's Vulture. He made a Venom reference, most likely, the Venom from the Sonyverse.
Yeah.
There was a newspaper that had like Black Cat on the prowl again and something about the Rhino, I think. So like that like kind of implies the Amazing Spider-Man 1. There was a picture of
there was like an Oscorp building in the trailer for a second. Like, I don't know, the references are there. They're gonna, it's 100% gonna connect to Venom, and Venom is supposedly connecting to the MCU somehow. So it'll probably all.
And
they're gonna throw it together
somehow. It's Amazing Spider-Man. Please no.
Oh, jeez. I mean, anything's possible, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At this point, until we get answers from Spider-Man No Way Home, like there's no reason even to like try to guess how they're gonna do this because I didn't think they could anyway.
And they're so on Sony's YouTube page, up to and including this Morbius trailer, people are mass downvoting any video that isn't a No Way Home trailer. And like they're in the comments like release the second No Way Home trailer. I'm like, you're freaking out over a trailer for a movie you know you're going to see in a month and a half.
Because we need answers. And more Willem Dafoe.
Wait a month and a half. You know you're already gonna see it. There's no need to.
Because people don't like waiting in line to go to the bathroom. People don't want to wait for months to see. Like, come on, you know people by now. You've worked with people for.
I know.
Like, you've had jobs. We know. Like,
if I were tasked with making a second trailer for this movie, assuming the rumors are true that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in the movie, which John Watts is actually like kind of low-key tried to deny the claims that all those like that Electro, Sandman, and all the other villains are just rumors. Like, okay.
well, at this point, like the fact that the speculation's gone on this long and it hasn't been like shut down, it's probably true.
Jamie Foxx was cast in the movie a year ago. Like, this is not
right. Right.
But like, if I were making the second trailer for this movie, I don't think I would want to put Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in the trailer. Yet that's what these people want. Like, why not just when it? Like, I'm kind of like even kind of upset that they put Spider-Man in the trailer for Civil War. Like, I would have wanted to see what it looks like on the big screen for the first time. But
yeah. Although the trailer numbers did skyrocket and exponentially, and the hype for that movie. Granted, everyone was going to see that movie anyway, but still.
Yes.
And I guess that's kind of what you mean. Like, everyone's going to see this regardless. Why show them what they'll find out anyway? Because, I mean, if we go in not expecting anything, and then it does happen, and I'm like,
exactly.
Like,
the way Sony makes trailers, they 100% would have put the moment Captain America catches Mjolnir in the first in-game trailer.
Oh yeah, probably more than likely. Yeah,
like,
that's how they. That's the crazy thing about Endgame. We got like nothing.
Yeah,
everything we got was in the first like 10, 15 minutes, except for like
the first trailer was reminiscing about the people that died and flashbacks of old movies.
Yeah,
like in the second trailer was just only from the first like 20 minutes of the movie. Like,
it was like
nothing.
Yeah, it was like a little bit like the walking scene was like the only part from like pretty much past the first 40 minutes of the movie, which is basically exposition or recapping the last movie, which statistically we didn't really need because we all saw it anyway. But when you're making a 3-hour movie, you need to add to that runtime minutes. But it's like they didn't really like, you had no idea what was coming for the most part. Like, you knew they were gonna come back, but it was like, just like here. And I'm kind of hoping, they're gonna be in it. It's just, okay, how's it gonna happen? I don't want to know until I'm in the theater and I see it, basically.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Like you said, the numbers for that second Spider-Man trailer are going to be crazy, especially if they do, actually reveal everything in the trailer. And like, there definitely are even some Marvel trailers that pretty much show beat for beat, like, here's what's gonna happen in the movie. Like, might not be exactly, but like more or less, like, here's the first third, here's the second third, here's the third, there's your movie. Like, you can fill in the blanks from there. So
Even kind of Black Widow kind of did that.
yeah, kind of.
Because like when you think about it, it's like, okay, they showed the prison scene, they showed the first time you see Taskmaster, and the second time you see Taskmaster, and the family scene, and the third time you see you know what I mean? Like you kind of saw the whole movie lower key, so like, but
okay, let's meet in the middle. If possible, I think it'll be hilarious if they only showed Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
no, I mean, because if you like, I feel like you don't like. I feel like you show Tom Holland Spider-Man looking at somebody, and you can just assume. But I don't think you actually show it until it happens. Like, cause like, you can't. Like, I don't know. Like again,
No, I'm not saying they should, but like,
you think they will?
If you have to reveal something that big, because you're Sony and you do that, I think showing one Spider-Man but not the other one would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Give people a little taste of like there is more in this movie than just Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and a bunch of other stuff.
You just have the whole trailer go in the last 10 seconds. It's like you still got the moves, and he's like, throws computer out window. It's happening! It's happening! Dude. I don't know where this idea came. Like, I remember originally they were like, yeah, they should make a multiverse Into the Spider-Verse movie live action. And I was like, that's never gonna happen. And then like it kind of just like didn't get denied for like years, and then it's like, oh yeah, so we're bringing back the villains. It's like, wait, we're really doing this? Like,
yeah,
are we really doing this?
Like at first it was just Jamie Foxx's Electro is going to be in the movie, and I was like, oh, it's just going to be a thing like with Jameson where some people just happen to be the same actor. Like I was okay with that, but then it was like Sandman's also in it, and also Doc Ock and Green Goblin and Tobey Maguire.
Like, like, oh, because they've been talking about like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield like almost jokingly for like a year plus, and it was just kind of like, oh, that's never gonna happen. It's like, guys, they haven't disputed it yet. Guys, the movie comes out next month and they still haven't disputed it yet. Like, this is
Tom Holland says it doesn't happen, meaning it's totally gonna happen.
Exactly. I feel like Tom Holland is like wants this movie to come out as soon as possible because he's like, if I ruin this, I swear. Like, it's like, hey, how was your day, Tom? Oh, it was great. Me and Toby. God dang it! Like, can you imagine working on a project for that long and not being able to tell anyone anything? Like, you can't even talk about your coworkers because that's a spoiler. Like, that must be so difficult. Man. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like,
and this is coming from the studio that didn't allow IMDb to put people like Sebastian Stan and Chris Pratt and other people that died in Infinity War as cast members for Endgame until well after the movie came out.
Right.
Even though they were totally in the movie.
Right. Or like even the small stuff, like when What If, the like second to last episode, they didn't put Benjamin Cumberbatch's casting until right after the episode was over because you didn't realize that they were gonna do the whole we're going back through the episodes and bring it like stuff like that is so huge because they know the fans are so nerdy that they're like you can just look at the cast and know, oh, I know what episode this is gonna be like. So like, yeah, I just think it's so interesting how like so hard they have to deal with because like with stuff with like Marvel or like Star Wars, like you have to be so secretive with everything and like you can't talk to anyone that's not a cast member. I'm like, dude, I couldn't even imagine. Like I have a bad day at work and I feel like I have to tell everyone. Like, let alone like can't speak about any of my coworkers or anything I worked on or like, or else, like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happens if you spoil. Do you get like fined or something, or like can they sue you? Do you know what
I
happens?
I think you at least get fined. Um, at worst, they can like kick you off the project.
Ooh,
So I I mean, it's Disney, so like they take this stuff very seriously.
they do.
You're gonna at least get a pay cut or something.
Something's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I could handle that because
Mhm.
I wouldn't even mean to. I would completely just like just venting or something, just totally talk about it, and then just like, oh gosh, I just explained the entire plot of this movie that hasn't come out till
Mhm.
next year. Please don't say anything.
Yeah.
And then everyone has their phone on their pocket. They're just like, I got it. Like, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, next month, very excited.
Mhm.
Obviously, gonna see it immediately because the spoiler game is gonna be ridiculous. Probably gonna delete YouTube and like also and like any kind of like Reddit, social media, etc. Probably like a couple days in advance because movies come out on Wednesdays now, apparently,
Yep.
which is
The
just
UK or
like
whatever. Yeah.
at this point, just release it today. Yeah, because it's like because I remember it used to be it was just Friday, and it's like, oh, Thursday midnight releases, and it's just Thursday
It's
nights.
like Thursday at 6. Then it's like
Yeah,
Thursday at noon, and then it was Wednesday. Like, come on.
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, how is a movie that's like because you can play off Thursday because you know the different times of you cannot play off Wednesday as a Friday. There's only that doesn't work.
You can maybe play off Wednesday as a Thursday premiere, depending on the times. Like, but
But no, but like no, because there's only 24 hours. Like, because like
I don't know.
even if it was a Thursday premiere at like 6 o'clock on a Thursday, or on a if it was a Thursday at 6 o'clock
Mhm.
in like Australia, that still would not be
No,
like
you're right.
there's no you know what I mean? There's no way that's Friday anywhere. Like
Mhm.
there's nowhere on the planet where that is correct. Like,
Mhm.
but at the same time, people just want an excuse to watch the movie early, which I totally agree with because,
Yeah.
you know, why wait if you don't have to? But
Mhm.
also, don't be the like, I don't know what it is, but like, do you remember movies not used to be spoiled all the time? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Twitter just acts very fast now, or social
yeah,
media
and
in
like,
general
I
just
know
acts
social
faster than it
media
used
is
to.
like crazy, but it's like, you can't even, but it's not even like Twitter and stuff. It's like, I open YouTube and my first
Mhm.
recommended video is, well, you know, the Avengers all come back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
I
man,
got
that's
spoiled that
like,
Iron Man died. Not that it was a big, surprise that he died, but like
yeah,
I still got spoiled by that. But like
like this.
not like
So
how it happened, but that it happened just from a random YouTube video on my homepage. Like, oh, okay.
yeah, and I'm just like, there was no way to. I'm like, I can't. So you
Mhm.
can't take any. You basically have to not use your phone for like the first 2 days before you go see it, which means I have to see it
Guys.
opening night because I can only go so many days without using any of my apps.
Mhm.
But
Like, like I gotta like on Twitter, I can at least block certain hashtags and certain words. I can block, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or like all these any name or character or word that could possibly be associated with Spider-Man, I have to block just to be able to use Twitter.
yeah, which is like, oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know. But again, one way or another, the movie's coming back. I'm gonna try to completely avoid spoilers
Mm,
and just I can't wait. I'm so excited.
yep.
Yeah.
Not as excited for Morbius, but might have
I
to
mean,
see it depending on how it connects to Spider-Man.
yeah. I mean, like, don't. I mean, that's not fair to for Morbius though. Like, I mean, this is the most anticipated movie since Avengers Endgame. Like, straight up.
True.
Like, because let's not
Period.
like, because not Star Wars. Like, let's be
Yeah,
real. It
like
wasn't Star
Dune was
Wars.
pretty close, and like obviously it's doing pretty well at the box office. So like there's that, but Spider-Man is on a different level.
No, like this, like especially this one. Like, it's already Spider-Man, which is
Mhm.
top two superheroes in existence, and
Yep.
then it's the third one. It's Doctor Strange is in it. It's after the crazy multiverse stuff has already happened and other stuff, and potentially other Spider-Man and a confirmed other characters and other Spider movies are returning. So like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, yeah. So yeah, the easy billion, probably two, to be honest. So yeah.
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 Like
I
I
said
feel
I'm
bad for
calling it now, 2 billion. I'm calling it. Like,
I don't know if a movie can make 2 billion nowadays.
you
Like
don't think
in this
so?
since
With
COVID
COVID?
is still kind of
Yeah,
around,
that's true.
a billion might be even pushing it, depending on
But
by then will people care? I don't know.
I mean, you
I
get
don't,
over it. My thing, like, I guess,
mm,
assuming they do the Disney Plus thing again, like, I guess if you count all that stuff, I feel like it would be like, because again, like, as far as hype and excitement and anticipation goes, this is on the same level as like at least Infinity War was on. Because like,
let me check real quick how much Shang-Chi made. Because I think it made over 400 million.
Rarely, if ever, did I.
Yeah, so Shang-Chi made 423 million. A easy bill.
easy
I
bill.
don't necessarily. I'm gonna like on a 1.3 at the absolute lowest. 1.3 bill
At the lowest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, man. Because again, who's not seeing this movie? Like, to people who don't even like superheroes are gonna see this movie. Like, it's a Spider-Man movie around Christmas time. All the hype from the Disney Plus shows, from people just liking Tom Holland. Though they're brand, people who don't even like the new Spider-Man are gonna see it to see if the old Spider-Man's in it. Like, everyone's seeing this movie. It's a good time to be alive yet again.
Yeah, plus the only real competition around that time is the King's Man, which I would love to see, but I'm not choosing the King's Man over Spider-Man.
Right.
Same with Matrix Resurrection or whatever it's called.
Is that coming out in December?
Yes, it's like I think it's on Christmas Day, but that is also on HBO, so I'm not seeing that in theaters.
True. Although I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. Keanu he does bring in a crowd, so that's true. And it's the Matrix. Granted,
it's the first Matrix movie in 17, 18 years. So like
it's been a long time.
So
I mean, it is still the Matrix, but it's still a one of the more famous movie series ever made. So
yeah, but it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a ton, but it is also Keanu. So I mean, that's worth the price of admission.
Yeah, like with those being the two main movies that are coming out around the time that I know off the top of my head, like easy billion.
Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely billion. Probably gonna see it twice, to be honest. Like, let's be real. Like, probably will. But it's not gonna be on Disney. Oh no, people are gonna see it.
Oh yeah.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. It's a Spider-Man movie. They're not going to put. Yeah, so everyone's gonna see it then because they have to. Because there's nowhere else to
on
see
Disney
it.
Plus until recent. Until like, is that on Disney Plus now?
What?
Shang-Chi. Is that on Disney Plus now, or is it going to be like later this month? Actually, not sure.
Research. Let's find out. I don't think it's on there yet, but again, I wouldn't really know because I haven't checked for it. But let's find out as I log in. Totally not. If it'll load anytime.
Yeah, I'll admit I haven't touched my Disney Plus since Loki ended.
Nope. Or What If?
Sorry, since What If ended, I guess. I do remember like once a week.
Yeah, it is on Disney Plus.
Huh, okay.
Yeah. Wait.
Or they're just
false alarm. It's just a trailer. I was lied to.
Okay.
Apparently, which I don't understand why the trailer's on here like it's a movie when it's not. But
regardless, even if even if they were still doing that with Shang-Chi and the Eternals, Spider-Man movies aren't on Disney Plus, so yeah, it wouldn't do that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I get it, but like, I don't know. I don't know, because my brother needs to, like, my brother still hasn't seen Far From Home. So like he's got to catch up, and he's like, I can't see it because I'm like, okay, where do I find it? I'm like, well, I don't want to go like buy it, which, you know what I mean. So I'm like, where am I even gonna? Where
it's
can
on
I
the
even?
Stars Network.
Still a thing.
$6 for the Stars.
I mean, no.
No. Just find it somewhere.
No. Why is it on? Was it Sling TV? What is Fubu TV? What is that? What is that?
How is it on everything but Disney?
That's what I'm saying. Like, especially when like nobody's getting, like, it always bothers me because it's like just like kind of like the DC movies, how they just on Amazon Prime for like $20 for like until further. It's like, bro, you're gonna just release it for free on HBO Max later anyway. No one's gonna like pay $20 for a movie that's gonna be free in like a certain amount of time. So it's like, just do it,
has
man.
a really cool steelbook cover. I'm not buying anything physical.
No, like there's no way. And even then, still no. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But it's just like, I mean, I guess they're trying to make money, but it's like with so many, like, I guess, I mean, I say free, but I mean, I guess prepaid. It's kind of like college all over again. So many prepaid options. Like, why would I pay for something else additionally out of pocket? But
yeah. Speaking of other Marvel movies, the next major Marvel movie coming out this Friday, The Eternals, currently sitting at a 58 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Shitty. Before the movie even comes out?
Yes.
That is not a good sign.
Reviewers got, pre-screenings and stuff. I haven't really looked at any of the reviews. I don't want, anything
no spoilers,
tainting my viewing of it. I have a feeling this movie isn't going to really feel like a Marvel movie. And because it isn't really standard Marvel affair, most critics just kind of bounced off it. They went in expecting a Marvel movie. They didn't really get that. So instead, they got a disappointing superhero movie. So they rated it kind of low. And I guess also because it's just kind of long. If you're not loving it, then that kind of doesn't help.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, because again, you've got a lot of really good actors, but you also have characters nobody like. I don't like, even if you're the biggest fan, if you're like, oh yeah, I knew the Eternals, I'm calling your bluff probably. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least I'd never heard of them. Like, granted, I don't know everything, but you know what I mean? Like, basically brand new characters. Not saying that can't work, because obviously Shang-Chi did pretty well despite coming out of basically nowhere. So like,
Guardians did well.
Exactly. Yeah, but so again, it's like, maybe they don't find their groove, kind of. They kind of miss their mark. I don't know. Like, I'm worried because like I could see this kind of being kind of like trying to be taken seriously, but also hard to be invested in because you don't really know anything. And then, there are high stakes that kind of just show up and you're just like, am I supposed to care? Or also, is this a big a deal as I think it is? Because Thanos, or like, you know what I mean? So it's like, how do we gauge the threat? And then also, I feel like a lot of the movie is going to have to be spent explaining, and that's going to make it either boring or they're not going to explain enough, and it's just going to be hard to understand, and that's going to be hard. So it's probably one or the other, but I don't know.
like there are so many brand new MCU characters they need to introduce, and like I think they said this movie is going to take place over like a very long period of time. I have a feeling they're going to like first little bit of the movie is this Eternals group doing a thing, and then so we have to kind of explain where they came from, and then they get separated, and thousands of years later we kind of like find out like what they've been up to this whole time, and that'll take a while, and then they finally started fighting the deviants or whatever. Like I have a feeling there's going to be a pretty significant amount of time between the first major action scene and like then the next major action scene.
Okay.
And I really hope the writing is good. I really hope the characters are solid enough to keep me entertained throughout that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I feel like, because again, usually when you complain that a movie's too long, it's because the characters aren't as likable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if either it's going to be, because there's a lot of them, isn't there? It's like 10 of them or something almost.
At least 7, 8, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a good number of them. So I don't know. Maybe they're not going to share the screen time the best, or maybe they're just not. I don't know. Let's see how this goes.
Like I'm not taking that 58 as gospel yet. Obviously, I'm gonna see it for myself. There have been some truly bad movies that are truly bad movies I didn't really enjoy. And there are some movies that got rated very high that I don't like as much. Keep in mind, a movie like Dark Knight Rises has like a 91 on Rotten Tomatoes. Don't love that movie.
Yeah, it really depends.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm definitely not going in expecting standard Marvel affair. Because Chloe Zhao, the director, has already kind of said that she went into this with a very different mindset than most Marvel directors do anyway. So if anything, I'm kind of hoping for like a breath of fresh air for the overall Marvel formula, not to the detriment of people's expectations.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, but just something different, I think.
Yeah. And some people might not like that. It would be one thing if this were the first Marvel movie, in a good while. Like if it was like, if it was like, something came out in July and then there wasn't a new movie until next May, and this was that next movie, like a whole almost a year of no Marvel, and this was the next one, or something like that, and then this movie isn't really what people were expecting for Marvel, but we just had one a month ago, so I think people will be fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Plus, Spider-Man's coming after too, so.
Plus, I think this movie is gonna have major repercussions for Marvel going forward. Like, I legitimately think something with mutants is gonna come out of this, because the mutants are somehow related. They're like one of the 3 original races of Earth or something. There's a lot of
this is gonna be the official, like, all right, this is the green light, X-Men are on the way, or like.
I think it will be. Yeah.
You think so? Okay. Yeah. My brother's been talking about that for so long. He's like, where are the X-Men? I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, there's Wanda. No, that's not enough. I'm like, okay.
They apparently didn't show either after credit scene to press screenings.
Ooh. So. Well, yeah, that's pretty standard though, because it's like this probably has huge implications.
Yes.
But
so, might be another thing you might want to stay off Twitter if you're not seeing it day one.
Yeah. No, definitely avoid. I mean, at this point, this has to be like standard Marvel protocol, basically, because you have to like block out everything just to not get spoiled.
Yeah. One last little bit of Marvel news. Blade is rumored to appear in the Moon Knight show.
Ooh.
Makes sense.
Totally forgot about that.
the
But yeah.
Blade movie probably isn't coming out till 23,
Mhm.
and Moon Knight is coming out sometime next year. Like, yeah,
Yeah, give him a little something to like boost his look, and then going into his own movie. Yeah, that's the standard Marvel thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exciting.
and like Moon Knight is I think he's also a vampire hunter. So why not team up with Blade?
That does sound cool.
Yeah.
I feel like Moon Knight's gonna be one of those characters that like most people didn't really know about, but then everyone's gonna be very excited that they exist now. Like, or that they're mainstream now.
Mm-hmm. And then if we also get a Ghost Rider cameo or project or something, then we can also get the Midnight Suns show or movie on top of that with Moon Knight, Blade, and him. Like that could be a lot of fun.
That would be pretty awesome.
Marvel just has so many teams that
They do.
they're just not using right now that they easily could. So like, especially since there isn't an Avengers movie greenlit as of right now, like
Right.
that is kind of the vibe I'm getting. Like we have the Eternals, we have Guardians 3, we have the Thunderbolts getting built up, we have the Midnight Suns getting built up. It kind of feels like with rumors they're starting to reintroduce the what I call it, the Defenders, Daredevil and all them.
Right.
So like if you can keep going with that, please do. On to Star Wars stuff. The first trailer for Book of Boba Fett came out.
Yep.
It's gonna be good.
Huh?
Like I never had any doubts, but it's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, I just like the vibe it gives off. It's just like Jabba ruled with fear. I'm gonna rule with respect. And I was like, this is gonna be cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but I like how he said that, but also that scene with him at that long table with those other crime lords gave me heavy Batman 89 vibes with that one guy who was like, I don't want to work with you, clown. He's like, if you wanna leave, we'll shake on it. You can go, you can leave. And then he fried him to death.
yeah.
It's like you want to mess with me, maybe I'll feed you to the Rancor. Who knows? It might happen. Just you can do what you want. Speak freely.
I was about to say, you speak freely, but don't not expect consequences, basically. Like,
Gotta get respect somehow.
well, that's the thing. It's like he's like, I feel like he's gonna be a very like casual, quiet, but 1000% in charge, and I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like,
I mean that's kind of the vibe he got. That's kind of the vibe he brought in Empire. He had like two lines in the entire movie. Yeah, he was, instantly a fan favorite. He never shot a single shot in that. He never. I think he shot like 2 shots in the entire movie, but missed both of them.
didn't have to, didn't matter. Legends alone was enough to make him the greatest.
Exactly.
But,
so,
yeah, definitely a win.
More stuff in the Mandalorian universe. Obviously, it's a win. There is also a rumor that a Darth Maul animated show is in the works.
Interesting. Okay, so do we have any idea if this is going to be like, nope, nothing.
Literally, that's the headline. A Darth Maul animated show is rumored.
I assume this is probably going to be like between the end of his duel with Darth Sidious and before we see him show up again in like Solo. So probably, or not Solo, but season 7 where they show up where it's like, because like it's, what is it? What is it? Son of Dathomir or something like that? One of those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was deleted. There was a
I believe
was that one of the lost episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it's Son of Dathomir, but
that sounds right.
Yeah. It's like a comic book series or something or issue.
Does that also give closure to Ventress's story?
I think that's Dark Disciple, but I think that might be together, so maybe.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure because I haven't actually read them, but probably. Potentially, maybe. I don't know.
But like, I hear Star Wars animated show. I'm just going to assume Dave Filoni is going to be attached to it.
Yes.
If this is his excuse to recreate the lost episodes and do them, flesh them out, do them better, please do. Yeah, you're a busy man. What's one more Star Wars project?
Yeah, I mean,
oh, go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, but he is the guy though.
Yeah.
Like it's
It does kind of like announcing a Darth Maul show, although it is something people have obviously wanted. It does kind of, let me put the best way to put this. I think with this show, you've reached a saturation point of no more, at least as of right now, no more older character focused shows or projects. Like we already have Lando, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul,
well,
like, and or no one really cares about what what I'm getting at. Like so many, legacy characters just getting their own shows and projects. I'm kind of ready for newer, because even the Bad Batch isn't really like a new thing; it's just more clones. So I'm ready for like
something totally different.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I have no doubt that's coming with the what was that one show? Rangers of the Republic. I think that's still happening. Which I think Gina Carano was supposed to be the lead of, but that's obviously not happening.
Yeah.
But like you just get Cobb Vanth, like his character from Mando season 2.
Yeah.
Character.
I think that'd be fine.
I thought that's what that was, why else would you have him be so cool if you're not gonna give him his own thing? Yeah, we also
and a whole
have Mando season 3 as a own thing probably. So
yeah, more than likely, and obviously other shows, Kenobi, Ahsoka coming down the pipeline as well. So again, Star Wars is in a good spotlight. It's like right now we're in the chill before it starts getting serious. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Exciting stuff.
I am so ready for that, either Old Republic or a High Republic, or even like in the future, just like
something,
something completely new. But what we're getting is so good. So
yeah,
keep at it.
Both.
Yeah, both are good. Yeah, both are good.
It's good.
Last bit of Disney stuff. Did you see the trailer for the Lightyear movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks really good somehow.
It's not at all what I was expecting. Granted, I wasn't expecting this movie at all. But
No. So this movie is about the person who the Buzz Lightyear toys are based on.
Yes.
My guess is that because this movie doesn't seem to take place on Earth in like a weird future when we can only assume that the person that Buzz is based on is like from like around the time the moon landing happened, so like late 60s, early 70s, and this is clearly not early 70s. My guess is that this is essentially going to be like a movie in the Toy Story universe.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, kind of like how the Buzz Lightyear Star Command show was a show within the first episode was them turning on a TV and watching the show.
Right. I kind of thought it was gonna be like a movie or something, or a TV show, and it's like, yeah, this is the character that your toy is based off of, which makes sense because again, most toys. That's why I bought my first Buzz Lightyear toy, was based off a movie I saw that had a character in it. So
exactly.
So like
yeah, if that is the case, that also gives them more creative freedom to like, do whatever the heck they want with it. Just be as
Yeah.
exaggerated as possible. Make it a full-on space opera. I don't care. Like, if they tried to actually make it, the origin of like Buzz Lightyear's first space mission, like the real person, in the 60s or 70s, that would kind of, I think, make for a way less interesting movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, still make it a Pixar movie that just is kind of a spin-off.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, I said I was not expecting it to actually look that good. Like when I first heard the concept, I was like, oh, that. At first I thought it was a Disney Plus series or Disney Plus specific movie. Now it's a full on, coming out in theaters next June, I think.
yeah.
So, yeah,
It's pretty legit.
It's a little weird that we're getting the first trailer for it like 8 months out of release, but whatever.
I mean, maybe they've been sitting on it for a while because it's so you don't have to shoot, you don't have to reshoot, you just.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. This is interesting though. Like again, something I did not in any capacity ask for, but it doesn't look terrible. So I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. Give me more.
Yeah, like I said, it's coming out next June. I don't remember the other Pixar movie coming out next year. Nope, couldn't tell you. But there's usually two.
All I'm saying is the Woody's Roundup show or movie needs to be around the corner if this is gonna happen.
Yeah,
because I'm not like even the clips we got was like I could watch this. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
even if it is an exaggerated version of, of a Woody like Western movie, like yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would still get views. Like I would watch that.
Like I'd even watch a full-on like Buzz Lightyear, the toy movie, like essentially the opening of Toy Story 2, I think, where like we see him flying around just shooting all those.
And the walls with the needle wall.
Yeah, there's just be a video game, but like
or whatever.
I would watch a whole movie of that. Take on Zero.
I would too. That actually looked. Yeah, that looked actually really cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like, while you can still use Tom Hanks, get him to do a Woody show or movie or something. Like just do it. He wants to, he wants to. Like we all want it, you all want it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all the topics I have right here. Do you have anything else you want to bring up or discuss?
Not a ton. I mean, we're almost through the end of the year. Hawkeye's coming out. I think 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's coming out on November 24th, I think, with a 2-episode premiere.
This is true. Yeah, they're lining it up so it comes out right around Christmas for the finale. So again,
and also it doesn't originally. Before they announced the 2-episode premiere, people were concerned that the finale would release on the same day as Book of Boba Fett, which they could have mitigated by just having those on different days of the week, but whatever.
Seriously.
But now it's coming out the Wednesday before Christmas, and Book of Boba Fett's the Wednesday after Christmas.
Right. So it's gonna be perfectly fine. But yeah, that's still gonna bother me. But it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that's gonna happen.
Friday would still be very cool.
Yes.
Wednesday is nice, but whatever.
It's Disney stuff on Wednesday or vice versa. Like I don't care, but yeah, the same day's not great, at least for me.
Yeah.
But we move on. But
yep.
Yeah.
And I'm not the most hyped for Hawkeye because it's Hawkeye, but it's still more Marvel stuff. I like Haley Steinfeld. this is Jeremy Renner's last outing as Hawkeye. So be it.
I don't know. I feel like Hawkeye is I always thought Hawkeye was really funny. I think his humor is underrated because
I agree.
he's very relatable because he's like obviously the one of the only Avengers who has no abilities or anything. But he's just kind of like he's just like no one would know. Like you know what I mean? I'm just like I've been there. So I'm hoping I do just like Jeremy Renner as like a human / actor and other things too. So like I feel like this is gonna go. I'm gonna like it. Is the way I'm putting it.
Yeah. Plus, if the Eternals ends up not being fantastic, I'll have to wait that much longer for more Marvel stuff.
Right. It'll help get the refresh the mind.
Again, assuming it's bad, which it's up in the air at this point.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying it, but again, it's like my thing is like people like what I think, how I feel about it is what is really gonna matter to me because like people like I don't like it, but it's like I mean if I like it then I'm like oh cool it's good or it's not that's it.
Like I said before, there are some movies that everyone unanimously hates that I really like. There's some movies that people love that I can't stand. There's some movies that are meh that I think are meh. Everyone agrees are meh. But like, it's, like this could easily be, the best Marvel movie ever made. It could easily be apparently the worst ever. It could just be an average movie.
I will say
if it's at least as good as Ant-Man, then you got to win. If it's somehow worse than Ant-Man, we have a problem.
I mean, I think it'll be okay, but anything's possible.
Yeah. Again, that's coming out this Friday. Maybe we'll get to review it next week. But assuming we both see it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay. With that, we will see you all next time.
Take care, everybody.